Hi, Zachary C. Ashby at Pacific Northwest Family Law. Wanted to answer a question about how to split retirement accounts. This can be a very complicated and delicate part of any divorce. First off, you need to identify, first off, you need to realize that the court is not interested in equality. It is interested in equity. What does equity mean? Fairness, wants things to be fair. You can look it up in a dictionary, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to take all accounts and just divide them in half. In fact, that can really come back and not be a benefit to you. For example, if you each have a retirement account, you could each keep your retirement account and call it, that might be the fair thing to do. It might also be fair that you take, if your spouse has two retirement accounts, you take the entirety of one retirement account, your spouse keeps the other. So you have to look to see what is fair. So you're not just dividing things in the middle, and there are a lot of different ways to do it. Fairness might be that you divide everything in the middle. So I don't know. So some things to consider is that how many accounts, what's the balance in the accounts, are there other assets that might offset getting these retirement accounts? Remember, if you're not close to retirement age, getting a $5,000 retirement account isn't going to benefit you until you actually retire. You can't access that money without penalty until retirement. And the penalty is usually pretty stiff. It's usually around 1/3 of anything you take out gets sucked up immediately as taxes. So consider how much longer you have left to earn an income. Now, that might mean that instead of taking part of the retirement account, you take more of the equity in the house, for example. Something that would offset it, give you an immediate benefit since you're not, and allow you to move on and build your financial security right now. And the reason that these retirement accounts are so delicate is that they're usually special. So one thing to look at is this a qualified retirement account or not? And by that I mean qualified retirement accounts have special tax treatment, so that when you deposit money into the account, it's considered pre-tax dollars. You'll know it's pre-tax dollars because at the end of the year, let's say your salary is $10,000, but you deposited $2,000 into a retirement account, you only have to report $8,000 for income tax purposes to the federal government. That's because that $2,000 that you put into retirement is going to be taxed when you take that out. And usually when you take it out, it's less of a tax burden. It's great all around because you don't have other earned income. But we're not getting into financial planning. That's just how they work. So that these qualified retirement accounts have to be treated differently than any other kind of bank account. Now, if you have an investment account or another account that's done without special tax treatment, it might not be a qualified one. You might just be able to divide that and enjoy it right away. Really depends. Some people call retirement accounts because that's their savings for retirement, but it might not be one of these qualified accounts. 401k, traditional IRA, some Roth IRAs, those are qualified accounts, and then there's pension plans with different police departments or government accounts. All those are qualified. Again, if it's using pre-tax dollars, it's going to be a qualified account. Some HSA accounts fall into this category because it's all pre-tax. In order to then divide these later on, and this is more of the mechanics, you have to have a final divorce decree, so you're not going to be able to divide these until the end without a penalty. So the final divorce decree and a qualified domestic relations order. The Quadro is going to let you divide these accounts in a way that doesn't cause a tax penalty. But the result is that you will essentially have a retirement account with a balance and your name that you then control and can name beneficiaries and do everything else with. You can also usually roll these over into another account without a tax penalty, but you have to follow these strict rules, and if you don't, then you get taxed on it. And usually if you're taxed on these things before you're in retirement or before you're eligible to withdraw them, you pay higher taxes than you would at the end of when you're retirement age. And by the way, as an aside, there are now new rules on the minimum withdrawal you can take from these retirement accounts, so you should be aware with that. Talk with your either your estate planner or your financial advisor to make sure that you're qualifying for full benefits if you're a retirement age and withdrawing on them, or you're otherwise planning financially. But that's how you split a retirement in divorce. If you have any questions, please comment below or contact us through Facebook Messenger or email at info@pnwfamilylaw.com, or call us. Just call us, 509-866-4111. Thank you.